YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back in the Sassanid campaign, and some of y'all were like, that last one was was a little bit of a repeat. I think it's because my computer crashed, and I had to replay a little bit of stuff, so I just replayed some of it. So no worries, I did save my game afterwards, and this should be where we left off in the last episode. Our king, Bahram, is about to get in a big fight with the Ghassanids. I changed a few things that didn't get recorded. I got rid of the Armenian spearmen as army and recruited some mercenary mounted Persian warriors and camel warriors because I want some more mobility to fight against all the enemy skirmishers, and I don't really feel like my spearmen would have been particularly helpful in that fight, so that's one thing I've just changed. Otherwise, everything should be the same. As far as politics go, I was changing a few things too. Obviously, the first 8 or 9 episodes I recorded pretty much all on the same day. Maybe the same 2 days, because I just actually got back from a business trip. I've been in Texas for a week, so that's why I haven't been keeping up as much as I'd like to with comments or other new videos. So I pre-recorded a bunch of stuff so that you wouldn't have nothing while I was gone. And the politics system was explained to me quite a bit in the comments, and I just want to make sure that any viewers that are watching that haven't seen that get to hear it. So I'm by no means a master of politics yet, but if you push this button here, it turns on the details in the politics screen, which is nice. So again, it shows you the the influence that each character has, and then also you can see their loyalty here next to the little ring. These are all the political actions that a character can take, and rather than just having political actions that you can take as a faction in this game, the political actions are done by characters, and you can see here that you can assassinate these guys, but what you would do is you'd have to use your influence. This is the currency, the influence is the currency, and that's what you have to have rather than money to do this stuff. So these are all the actions that can be taken. You can do assassinate, secure loyalty, arrange a marriage, divorce, seek a wife, diminish popularity, adopt, become a retainer. That's cool. And then embezzle funds and gather support. Now, of course, again, you have to use your character's influence to accomplish all these. So this has been pretty interesting so far, just to kind of see how it works. And it just shows this guy in my family tree. I can't use him for anything. He's actually from another faction, but that's the one that we married off the daughter to for money, which was very nice of me, by the way. So in any case, we got all that set up. And what I've done is I've done a few actions. Some of these people made a good point that the wives have this influence, and you can use them to secure loyalty and stuff from others, and that's what I've done. So I've targeted this guy here with the king's wife to help secure his loyalty. It's not bad, but we want to push it up. And then I've used this lady here to secure loyalty from this guy. And then I have this woman here who is going to be trying to secure loyalty from one of these other candidates. So try and push the loyalty of all the characters up. It'll be fun. It obviously shows you who's a governor. This symbol means governor. You can kick people out of offices by using this button here. You can kick governors out of office by doing the same thing. That's kind of how it works. And then you got your dominion, your control here that I want to make sure it doesn't get too low with the Sassanids. But right now it's not bad. But again, we don't want to let it diminish too much. So I brought this army down here for the sole purpose of just cutting off the Ghassanids, which we've managed to do. Otherwise, it should be able to head back to over here to Asia Minor, and in fact, we'll get it ready to. I want to take over Antioch. These guys have had it siege forever, and there's nothing I can do about that until they get out of the way. But I may be able to go ahead and take Tarsus and secure a major port, and go ahead and start taking over the province of Cilicia. I pretty much control the province of Palestina, or Palestina, however it's pronounced here, I don't know. So I'm almost, I am in control if you look at my puppet states that already own, I guess it's modern day Jerusalem, or maybe it's not meant to represent Jerusalem, I don't know, but I'm guessing it is. And then, I don't know what modern day this would be, but we got this down here on the Red Sea, which is controlled by our, puppet state as well. And then all I was going to do out here is actually just raise the Ghassanid settlement. I'm really not interested in controlling it. It's not going to do much for me. Resource wise, it really doesn't have anything to offer, so I'm just going to raise their settlement there. I don't really wish to have a whole lot of control in Arabia. It's not a province that's going to be of any major value to me. So yeah, just not really concerning to me. There is some desolate land down in Yathrib, though, that has iron, and it makes me wonder if I've got another good way to steal some iron. This Cath is desolate, and it has access to iron, so what I could do is actually just occupy this settlement and come back here and take Cath and take control of the iron supply. What do these guys got up here? Nothing. So I am going to need control of iron. And I guess Arabia may not hurt. I could take that settlement, but then settling this one in growth would be slow. I don't see that being of particular value to me. Yeah, I'm probably just going to raise the Ghassanids because I swore I would anyway, and then I'll maybe try and get iron by rebuilding Cath, and I'll show you what it looks like to rebuild a place since I have a lot of money. There's no other place where I'm going to be getting iron super quick. More gold down in Egypt, and my puppet state has access to gemstones. I'm assuming they're trading with me as well. And then my main trades, of course, are spices, dyes. I've got gold up here. We've got stone or marble, whichever one this is. I can't remember. If we show it to where it's just resources, or trade resources, marble is what it is. I've got wine. Again, a puppet state has timber. I've got lead, silk. I'm not producing any at the moment, but we will have some eventually. So that kind of gives you an idea of money-wise why I'm doing well. And then I've got, again, a puppet state over here trading salt as well. So we got access to a lot of things, which is very handy. Really like the map of this game as well. Okay, I do believe that we are ready to end a turn. I haven't checked my building browser though, and we've got quite a lot of money, so let's do that. My food's still very stable. Let's see. Got this sheep flock that we could improve. Give us a little extra food and wealth. Let's do that. It does it at the cost of a little squalor. Squalor is really quite stable in both of these provinces, though. So let's go ahead and do that. And some squalor bonuses will go throughout the whole province. It'll tell you, like right there, it says sanitation +4 to all regions. Plus you get 3 in the city. So I mean, just very nice buildings available to the Sassanids at least to help with the sanitation issues. So it makes me not too worried about building up some of these structures. Food trader doesn't seem worth my while. I'll keep the bazaar for now. And I'm not sure if I'm going to wait to upgrade the grape press. Let's just kind of see what else we got going on here. I got fields, and it's in a not so fertile area. So I mean, if I build wheat fields, it'll give me not much extra food. I think the camel, or see, I can't do a camel because I already got one here. So let's see what we got. Basically, the horse breeder is going to give me extra 30 food. I don't know why we want to be eating horse, but 36 in total. So it'll be a little more than, well, no, the field would be 38, but you get a lot more income from the horse breeder plus some bonuses. But I think the sheep flock will be the best way to go. I get almost the same amount of food and a nice amount of wealth off of it as well. So you can definitely still use your infertile provinces to build certain things like goat farms, camel farms, all that kind of stuff that'll still get you some food off those provinces. But wheat fields obviously very good for the provinces like here where the Tigris and the Euphrates run through. So what is this, modern day Iran, Iraq area for me. This is going to be very nice as far as I guess I'll just call it, yeah, the Tigris and Euphrates Valley. The Fertile Crescent is what they always called it whenever I was in school, I think. So yes, this is a very good area for me to have the wheat fields, and I do, and I've kept them upgraded. And that's what's driving the main bunch of my food here. Anyway, let's go ahead and end the turn. I didn't go through all my buildings. Whoops, whatever. We'll check on the next turn. I don't think I have any major concerns going on. I'm guessing my king, Bahram, is probably going to get attacked by the Ghassanids in this turn. And I could potentially get attacked by the Afrigids as well, so it might be an interesting turn end. The East Romans are reeling pretty bad, and other than that one army, haven't really gotten to challenge me. And I don't intend to let them have a whole lot of opportunity to challenge me. If I can pretty much crush them out of Asia Minor quickly, then we'll be in good shape. Because they'll be getting hammered by hordes from every other direction. Yep, here comes the Ghassanids, so it's going to be very key here that we keep my king alive while winning the battle. He's not just some general to throw away. I got my heir killed already. I really don't need to get my king killed. I have plenty of tools here to help deal with the Ghassanids. My Dalamite warriors are way more than a match for their infantry. Cavalry-wise, though, there is quite a bit of desert raiders and other potentially dangerous units to me. Any horse unit is dangerous to your infantry, it's dangerous to your skirmishers. Horse units are very, very strong in Attila right now, even the very light ones. They can cause ludicrous amounts of damage, so it's just something you have to be aware of. I don't really need to arrange my forces super fine here. Let's drop these guys on flaming, just to maybe cause a little extra damage, and let's get some Persian mounted warriors on each flank. So basically I'm going to have some melee cav on each flank to help protect my infantry. Let's leave one cataphract in the middle for charging, put one on the flanks, and then I'll keep my general in the center where he can be safe as well. And let's get my bowmen up here to where they can effect some damage. Okay, and then my bow cav, let's get them onto flaming shot and head out here as well. See if we can cause some trouble. These camel warriors would be good because it'll help me put some scare effect in enemy troops as well. Get some nice shots with my onagers. It's not going to cause a lot of kills. Some of you keep trying to tell me, oh, onagers, they get a ton of kills. Maybe if they're upgraded and their accuracy gets a lot better, but at their current level of accuracy, these guys aren't going to be killing anything. But, you know, I'll let them fire because whatever little kills they get, I'll take. And honestly, I may go ahead and just target some of the cavalry here. Now, my guys with the speed upgrades here, it's very nice. It makes my Persian mounted warriors, or Persian mounted bowmen, whatever they call these. Yeah, it's going to make them much more effective because their speed can keep them safe. These hurlers are going to sit here and eat some fire from my guys. I'm going to pull away from their range. I don't want to take a bunch of return fire. And arrows just are not very damaging in Attila right now. I feel like that arrows need a little bit of a buff, especially considering that a lot of units have such good shields. But, you know, whatever, it is what it is. Let's target the enemy general, actually. Okay, my archers should be opening fire, and they are. Just shooting some rounds into the enemies here. I'm going to let my archers stay up front, at least for the moment. Kind of bring my bow cav around a little bit. My archers are doing a good job. We've already got some units wavering. Enemy general not really taking any damage yet, but I want to keep the harassment up here with some of these troops. Let's see if we can get up on the flank of these hurlers. Yeah, we've already got units wavering down the center with our bowmen, which is great. Okay, here comes the enemy cav. I'm gonna let it get hammered with javelins though. It's not very... There we go. So the enemy cav is gone. And more enemy cavs coming up. Again, my men are not gonna be braced, but I am gonna go ahead and let the javelin fire take its toll on the enemy cav, because it's gonna be helpful for me. The enemy cav's trying to come after my infantry, but my infantry should be able to hold them back. The enemy general has now come in to my infantry as well. Let's team up on him. That's a big mistake by the AI. The AI does like to charge your infantry with their cavalry. Let's pull these guys back and stop firing because we're going to hit my own men. Not braced over here, so those desert raiders are going to get a lot of kills. My Daylamites are going to take a pretty savage beating in this process. I'm going to countercharge back here. It won't be super effective, but just try and get some units to help tank out some extra damage. You have to pull away from the hurlers a little here. Enemy cavalry is getting pushed back. So the enemy cav charges into my infantry line are obviously going to be suicidal in nature. Enemy general should be dead. I can now push up my Daylamites and put some serious pressure on. It says my general's under attack. We're going to pull him back, keep him safe.
The enemy general is fallen.
That is going to hurt the morale. Okay, whoa. Halt, 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 halt. Brace. That enemy skirmisher cav that looked like it was going to charge. You got to be very careful. My bowmen are on fire at will. I'm going to cease that so we don't cause friendly fire penalties. Okay, let's use our own bowmen to open up on the hurlers. Start bringing cavalry in. Bring my guys up just a little bit here. Okay, so in this type of melee, my Daylomite warriors will do much better than they did with all the enemy cav all over them. And there is some enemy cav making its way up the center, but let's, at this point, go ahead and start putting some serious pressure on all these enemy skirmishers before the next enemy army arrives. Let's get our camels and Persian mounted warriors in here. Bring our cataphracts. I'm going to keep some here in the center just to be protective. Yeah, my bow horses are going to get into those hurlers. Okay. Save some ammo on my archers, and let's get a nice rear charge here. I'll try and get you all close up. My Svaran cataphracts rear charging these desert spearmen. It will rout them. The enemy king, or the enemy general, is dead. All these skirmishers back here are getting hammered by my cavalry. There are some enemy javelins being thrown at me, and we can chase down. There we go. Are my bows still firing? Don't fire. And then let's take my... Alright. I can reform my infantry line. The enemy center is utterly broken. And let's rest our troops for round 2, basically, is what I want to do. So this looks like it's going to turn out very well for us. The Daylomite warriors took most of their damage from the enemy cavalry charges and stuff at first, and I could have braced by turning off my fire at will, and probably should have, I guess. But the enemy cavalry caused us a lot of damage regardless. And let's use these guys to get rid of these horse skirmishers that are getting on my nerves. Go into loose formation, see if I can avoid a little bit of damage. We're gonna go into flaming shot, precision, whatever we can do against these enemy skirmishers. And we ought to kill them pretty well. Okay, alright, so the enemy archers are probably going to pull up and try and fire at my calves, so I'm going to pull back just a little, try and lure them in. Let's let my Persian bows start to hit these guys. I'm going to use precision shot. We've managed to push back the enemy skirmish cav. There's a lot of enemy infantry coming here, desert tribesmen and other stuff, so we are going to have to hammer them with cataphracts, and I intend to do so. So let's get my cataphract line ready. My bows are already causing a waver amongst the enemy skirmishers. Horse skirmishers are still out here being a nuisance, so I'm going to go ahead and train my horse archers on them. The enemy is extremely blobbed here. This is a great target for my artillery. Let's let it do a little bit of firing. And enemy morale is going to be poor at best. Yeah, getting some shots into that blob. Still no kills. This is why I recommend that you don't really use onagers. And we're getting a lot of wavering right now amongst the enemy units. Okay, let's cease fire with the... and run some cataphract charges on all these wavering units. We might be able to just drop them. There's not precursor javelins for any of these units, so this is a very safe position. Let's pull my Persian bows. Cataphracts got the kills they need. Let's pull back. Rinse and repeat. Got pretty good kills so far. Let's actually take all the Svaran cataphracts back, let the enemy get into my infantry, and then just rear charge. Okay, let me bring this around. Gotta keep my melee cav safe. AI is trying to chase me with spears, which is pretty easily stopped with multiple charges. Let's go ahead and use these guys to shoot these infantry that are ways back here. So right here, I'm gonna just get some quick charges with my cavalry against these infantry. They probably won't hold up very well against it. And then we'll just bring in camel warriors and Persian mounted warriors from behind. to finish it. So my cataphract's getting some nice kills there. All this cavalry can now come around for rear charges. Yep, the flaming shot got rid of these guys over here like I wanted. Let's bring this melee cav around. And now we're going to deliver the killing blows. So let's get in here and watch my cavalry come in and rout the rest of this enemy blob. The AI does okay with its first army, but it seems to still maybe need some help on how to handle its reinforcing troops. Now my Dialamite warriors, these guys doing very well. They're in a uphill position. They have a lot more health and stuff. Ought to be a better unit. They don't have very high attack, but they hold out very well. Oops. So you can see here the mass of routing enemy desert troops here, and we'll run them down. Basically put an end to as many of these troops as we can.
A glorious victory will soon be yours.
Yep. Let's get some of our cavalry chasing these units that are getting away. Not enough men over there to really be worth the chase. Get all my cavalry running. Make sure we just pin all these guys in. So there ought to be a lot of killing going on right now. All these routing troops are just being hacked down. Probably at a pretty intense rate. Got almost 300 kills on those Savaran cataphracts. 400 and some odd kills here on these mercenary Persian warriors. Climbing quickly. Persian mounted warriors here with nice kills. What do we got here? Camel warriors with 314 kills. Yeah, I mean, against light infantry, cavalry is going to do very, very well. And against heavy infantry, it can even do okay-ish also. So desert hurlers, all these units are pretty badly damaged. Just checking here. Yeah, no need in chasing any more of those guys. I mean, as soon as we've done the damage to all these units here, we should be able to just raise their settlement and call it good. Yeah, we've caused a horrendous amount of damage to the enemy here. Let's let my general get some more kills here. But yeah, looks like we've managed to give the Ghassanids a severe beatdown. And that's perfect. That's the exact type of beatdown that I want to give them. They lost 3,200 men. I lost 562. Having that extra cavalry was definitely worth it. Those camel raiders and the mercenary Persians definitely played a better role than my Armenian spears would have there, so it was a good replacement. And the Dalamite warriors, not getting a ton of kills, but just being a nice, very solid backbone to this army. And I'm pretty sure that was their king. I don't know if we got him killed. No, he got away alive. But we did kill the general in the first army. So let's see. I'm going to actually take on warriors so that I can replenish some of my losses, just to make sure that my king's army stays strong here. So we'll take on the warriors. That's definitely keeping me from gaining experience at the moment, but I will cease doing so when the right time comes. Let's see what we're up against here. Mercenary steppe lancers. Part of me wants to just retreat from this and replace some of my Armenian spears, maybe with some more cavalry, because there's still a lot of enemy skirmishers here, and that concerns me. These mercenary Persian scouts, oh, those are scouts, not bow cavalry. That might actually work out. Let's fight for redemption here and see what happens. This will be fun. You'll get 2 battles in one episode here, 2 big battles, so... Actually, you know what? You won't. Tune in tomorrow. I'll give you the next episode. This one's already gone the length of time that I needed it to, so I will be back and give you this battle, I promise. See you then.